Leo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid to late July 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you beautiful people out there. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Leo collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we have for these lovely Leos in mid to late July as we are getting very, very close to Leo season? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you could lean into, which is always interesting. So let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Leo in mid to late July. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's get this card out and have some fun today, right, my friends? There we go. Queen of Swords. So I'm speaking about fun, but I get a very stern, serious card to start us off here, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I like this. And again, this isn't a tarot deck. It is an oracle, but I always see this card as very Queen of Swords like. It's like the same archetype to me, which could be really great, especially for a beautiful fire sign like yourself. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the July subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk about this card more in depth. So as you can see, we have this very powerful divine feminine figure here. She has that big crown that does imply some sort of authority and control, and she looks like she is about her business. She looks like she's not messing around. Now again, don't this isn't gender specific or anything like that. You know how energy can flow. For a small portion of you, if you're connected to an air sign, whether it's a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, they could be showing up here in the front. But even if we take that out of the equation, what do I think about with the Queen of Swords? She is straightforward and to the point. Some of the best aspects of her card to me: no BS, no nonsense, very cut and dry. Tell it like it is. Even if people don't like hearing what I have to say, I'm going to say it anyway. She's very smart, intelligent, strategic, so she can show up when there's like some strategy or planning going on or might be necessary. The downside to her, she could be a little sharp tongued, right? She could be a little mean with the words, and she could be very cold. So in this time, just watch out whether this is an energy that you're starting to embody or maybe someone around you is embodying this energy. I normally like the Queen of Swords for the honesty alone, the honesty, the clarity, the strategy. But yeah, she can get a little hurtful with the words sometimes. We're just going to put her down right there. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the lovely Leos. What do we got? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled An Unexpected Action. Now, that can come in a lot of different forms or fashions, whether it was you making a move or taking an action that you weren't planning on. Maybe it was somebody else. Just know that that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks. It didn't feel bad per se. It just felt like unplanned, just someone making a move, a little impulsive, right? I was getting that in the Aries reading. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards here for the lovely Leos. What's happening in mid to late July? Thank you. Cool. King of Pentacles. Got this card in Aries reading too. That always seems to happen with the generals that I do, where there's like very similar things happening in the Leo and Aries readings. Let's get one more. 2 more actually. What do we got? Okay, 6 of Pentacles, very, very earth heavy. Now, for some of you, this could be really fantastic. For others, it might be a little frustrating. Guess we're going to have to wait and see. I usually like this flow. Let's get one more out here. What do we got for the lovely Leos this week? Mid to late June, 2 ones. Yeah, there's it's smart. Very smart energy here on the back. Like, that energy is not just flying by the seat of its pants. Like, it has a plan in place. All right, let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, you know me, I always love to look at the elements super quick. I feel like it gives us a good foundation to build from. It tells us how the energy is going to flow. And this is all outside energy for one reason or another, right? We have a lot of earth and a little bit of fire. Fire is great. That's your power element. This earth isn't a bad thing, but they mean totally different things, right? And the reason I say that, they represent outside. Earth to me represents results. It represents stability, security. It could represent routine, day to day life, what you do at every day at this time, right? There's a structure to it. Earth energy could be about money, work, business, finance, investments, home, and family. So this is like very earthy. That's why I say that's an outside energy. Whereas like the swords and the cups, that's all internal. This is outside things, outside situations, outside influences, right? The downside to Earth, although it is great and it could be very predictable and abundant, sometimes it could be very, very slow moving. It could be a very frustrating or stubborn type of vibe. So we'll see. On the back end, we have fire, as mentioned. That's your power element. That's your comfort zone. Leo usually thrives with the fire, and fire is the realm of action. So you see what I mean? We have the material world and we have the actions that you and other people might be making, right? I always say whether it's actions you make, someone else, actions that you want to make, it all plays the same under this umbrella. The fire could also be health. It could be wellness. It could be vitality. It could represent energy levels, whether your energy is feeling high, whether it's feeling a little low. Maybe it's a little in between. We'll just have to see. The downside to fire is that it's very unpredictable, right? Like, whereas like Earth, super predictable, super structured. Fire, it's like it looks contained, but it's really not. Or something could look like it's going one way, and then it could make a turn on you. So that's already catching my attention that we have this very predictable energy, and then boop, the fire kicks in. Let's go through and start building it out piece by piece. Position number one, we got the King of Pentacles. Now, for some of you, if you have Earth sign placements, whether it's Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, maybe you're connected to one. Remember, it's not gender specific. If this isn't a person, when I see any king, I say they represent control of their suit. We already spoke about this, the pentacles. So maybe you're in work mode, pentacle mode. If there's certain things you're putting a lot of energy towards. I love this for money, work, and business. So if there's been any struggles there recently, this is a good card that you want to see because it's abundant. I think of this as like wins and victories. I love the King of Pentacles for that. It's nice. But the downside of this card, as mentioned with the Earth suit, it could be very set in its ways. It could be very stubborn, or it could be something that doesn't feel like it's changing. Watch out for boredom in this time too. And again, I'm not saying it's you, it could be someone else, but like the King of Pentacles, it's like same stuff, different day, right? Like that's a big thing with him. So we're going to have to see what's up with that. Now, moving to the middle as we get this King of Pentacles tucked right back in by this amethyst so he could chill out for a minute. We have the Six of Pentacles, normally very good. It's interesting to me because I usually get this card in a sign's birthday season because this is one of the cards I link to gift giving. So it's cool to me that the Leo energy is like right around the corner within a week or two. It's going to be Leo season. So there could be something. Maybe you're treating yourself to a gift. Maybe Spirit wants you to do that. But we see this dude here, he's giving out pentacles. Now, I always say that this is a beautiful, flowing, nice, easygoing type of energy. It's charitable. It's putting energy into things. There is a little karmic undertone. Now, this card can also represent fairness, equality, balance. Are you dealing with a situation that feels balanced? Are you feeling like the scales are a little skewed? Something's just not right, right? We're going to have to see because sometimes, especially when we get into the challenge of this card, it's an energy that can do too much or try too hard. And it's something that could just be out of whack, out of balance, right? So we do need to look at it, but I love it for its charitable giving type of energy. It is an energy that would give you the shirt off its back. So we'll see what's up. Double pentacles on the front could be great for a lot of you. Now, on the back end, we do get this little turn here with the Two of Wands. Now, as with all twos, it can represent choices, decisions, being at a crossroads of some kind. This one does have a different flavor. I always say that it's pretty much strategic or planned out in purpose, right? We see this person, they have their globe looking at the road ahead, plotting the course forward. So for some Leos, maybe you have your eyes to the future, eyes to the horizon. I'm planning what's coming up next. That could be in play here with this card. But just the shift of the element going from such a heavy earth vibe to this Two of Wands, it's like, I'm going to mix things up here, right? I'm going to go off script. Like that's kind of a vibe I'm picking up. So do we see impulsiveness within this reading? Potentially. Do we see a little bit of riskiness? Yeah, possibly, similar to what I was seeing last week. So I just want to see what flavor it is. Because the inverse of the Two of Wands is, again, things going off script, unplanned, unexpected things, things that we did not take into account. So we definitely want to see what's up with that. I want to dive deeper on all that, Leo. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for my friends. what's happening. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message. Means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation. I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the King of Pentacles, see what he has going on. And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Leo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, why is the King of Pentacles here? Okay, cool. This is an energy that does not seem to like surprises. I mean, I guess it depends, right? Sometimes surprises could be fun, they could be good, but the moon in reverse underneath this King of Pentacles is like, nope, I like it predictable. I like things how I like it. This is what it is, and this is what I want it to be. You know, sometimes where like certain people will eat the same meal the same time every single day and they're cool with that. That's how this energy feels on the front to me. The King of Pentacles, moon in reverse, where it's like, nope, I need structure. Now, again, for some of you, that could be advice. That could be a good thing. Maybe spirit's like, all right, well, maybe you do need a little planning, a little bit of structure. Either that or this is an energy that's just set in its ways and it likes what it likes. Have you ever seen in shows where like someone opens up their closet and it's like they have all the same clothing, like for every single day, like the same shirt, same pants, same clothing every single day? There's something that feels similar like that to me. I know that's hyper specific, but it's like it's the same. It's the same this day, same that day. This energy is not changing. This is what it is. This is what I like. So if that's something you do like, awesome. Nothing wrong with that. The only thing with the moon in reverse is like this energy can absolutely like never make a leap, never take a jump. It's an energy that plays it safe. So that's why I'm already looking here, because we have this very, very safe and structured energy right up here in the front that does not like surprises. But this Two of Wands on the back end could have one up its sleeve. I could tell you, I'm already kind of feeling that. But we're going to keep going. I mean, it just seems like a regular, normal day, normal time. Just things are what they are. The energy just feels very quiet and predictable right here in the front. So watch out for boredom too. Let's keep going, because you know, variety is the spice of life. Everyone knows. Like sometimes you need to switch things up. Like this energy just feels the same. It is the same. It is what it is. So let's go in on the Six of Pentacles. And that's unique. That's definitely unique. So why is that here? Why is the Six of Pentacles here? Quick. Okay. Busy, busy. Very busy for some reason. Okay, so we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. This energy seems to be like distracting itself or just keeping itself very busy, or it has a lot on its plate. I don't necessarily feel like that's a problem, um, but it's like compartmentalizing something, where it's like, okay, I have this thing on my plate, I'll deal with that later, and I'm just going to focus my energy on this. I'm going to put this one situation to the back of my mind, and I'm going to focus on that. So there's like a compartmentalization of the energy going on, and I'll explain why I feel that. Eight of Swords, usually in the upright, which it's not, it's in reverse for you. uh, we see the woman, she's blindfolded, surrounded by the swords. This is one of my cards of stress, anxiety, feeling trapped. um, and yeah, I mean, it's a usually fast moving energy. So like when I see it in reverse underneath the Six of Pentacles, it's like I'm putting that to the back of my mind. Where it's like it's an energy that's very peculiar, because this energy wants things to stay the same. This energy wants to change things without rocking the boat. Where it's like, oh, I want to change the energy, I want to shift the energy, but I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to cause an alarm. It's like trying to do incremental changes, which again, that's something I saw in the Aries reading. It must be in the fire signs this week. Now, again, that could be advice from Spirit, where it's like, hey, don't do everything all at once, little by little. That could for sure be advice. But aside from that, I get a very, very busy or distracted energy from this too. So we're going to move over to the Two of Wands, because I feel like that's what's been drawing my attention quite a bit since we pulled it. So let's see what's happening with that Two of Wands. Like, is it a situation? Is it an action again? Is it a shift of energy? Is it a little wild? Because like all this energy here in the front, it feels just like regularly scheduled program. So why is the two here? Okay. Yeah, and there it just completely goes off script. It completely goes off script. So to me, when I see the Five of Wands, I always say that's one of the cards you don't really need to be an expert in tarot to understand what it means, right? We got five people, they're battling it out, right? They're beating the crap out of each other with sticks underneath the Two of Wands. So to me, the way this reads is like, I'm going to shake things up a little bit. So again, watch out for boredom, watch out for things like, because this energy absolutely wants to change things and like really go off script here. So could we be seeing surprising situations popping up out of the blue? Absolutely. Could we be seeing a very powerful change or shift of energy that kind of out of the blue? Yes, because that's how this energy feels on the front. Very predictable. Same thing, same thing. Boom, I'm changing it up. Like completely out of the blue. Now, the Five of Wands, in the good sense, it's determined, right? It's an energy that can push things forward, where it's like, okay, no, I don't want to do this solely. I'm going to push this forward. I'm going to take action. I'm going to make moves. So it can be very motivated, right? Where these energies are very comfortable. This energy is very, very motivated to make something happen or get it going. But the downside, it could be very confrontational. It could be very aggressive. So again, going from this smooth, predictable energy right into this, it just kind of pops up out of the blue. So again, watch out for surprising situations or changes in this time, because it's like the energy goes off script, or it's just very rapid, and it does have a little aspect of impulsiveness and risk like we were seeing last week. So I don't dislike the energy we're seeing here. um, if this is something you feel bubbling up within yourself, where it's like, I'm feeling bored, or I'm not liking things how they're going right now, nothing wrong with switching things up a little bit so it doesn't bubble over, right? Because that's how it feels to me. It's like, I hold it in, I hold it in, I hold it down, I hold it down, boom, everything comes out at once. So let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow. Very interesting how this pops up at the end. I mean, unless you're dealing with a very unpredictable individual. But position number one, we have the King of Pentacles, Moon in reverse. That energy doesn't like surprises. It likes what it likes. It likes things how it likes them. Right? Every day at this time, I eat this meal. My closet is filled with the same exact clothes for every day of the week. Right? Like, it's very structured in that kind of way. And again, it doesn't have to be a bad thing, but it's just very much the same. Moving to the middle, we have the Six of Pentacles, Eight of Swords in reverse. It did feel very busy, 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 or something, or someone trying to keep themselves distracted. I also got like some compartmentalization where it's like, okay, I'll circle back on this. I'll worry about this later. It's like I'm keeping myself busy for some reason, just going along with the schedule. Then boom, right here on the back end, Two of Wands with the Five of Wands in reverse. The energy completely goes off script. So again, watch out for surprising situations or changes here, whether it's coming from you or from someone else, because this energy completely takes a left. So please take a screenshot if you want to look at that further. Let's see what's in the shadows. And yeah, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. What we got for Leo? Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. All right, let's get you the shadow card. What do we got? Thank you. Cool. We got going on here? Yeah, it's very similar to this fire that we have on the back end. And again, if there's any sign that could roll with this fiery type of energy, it would be Leo. We have the Page of Wands, and this is all about energy, focus, where you're putting your energy. So again, like this energy where it's like, I'm keeping myself busy, I'm keeping myself busy. The Page of Wands keeps itself busy. Now, in the positive sense, this could be a very communicative type of card. Remember, pages are students, they're great for new, but they're also messengers, right? Where it's like, I need to say something before I do something. So again, don't let certain things build up, build up, build up until it's too late. Like this energy is like, hey, if there's something that you really feel, you need an outlet for it when this card is here. Another thing with the Page of Wands, it could absolutely tire itself out. It could spend so much energy and focus on one particular thing where it just feels zapped, it feels drained. So watch out for that in this time. There's just something about not spreading yourself too thin or burning the candle at both ends. So we're going to put him down right there, my friends. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The July subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, or you'd like to have a chat with me, you can book a personal session with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The July calendar is up and spots go quick, so you might want to check that out. But for the July subscriber surprise, doing another winner's choice, I will choose 3 lucky winners to either choose a copy of the Gilded Tarot Royale, which is one of my favorite decks of all time. It's a must-have or a handmade pendant from my website, mastermetaphysics.com. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's two simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards that showed up in today's reading, which one spoke to you the most, or jumped out to you the most, or resonated with you. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my posts tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.